in progress.
Om Shanti. Today is Murli from Sweet Bap Dada. Sweet children, do not waste your time chasing after a handful of chickpeas, the things of little value. The money, the position, everything of this world is chickpea. Even it can go off, it can remain, it can be washed away in storm. So these things of this world, the wealth of this world, now become Father's helper and glorify the Father's name, especially for the Kumaris he is talking. Because those who are unmarried, Kumaris, they are of lots of value because they don't have any attachment to children or husband. They can easily fly. Question: what are the signs of you moving forward on this path of knowledge? The children constantly remember. This is very important because when I sat in Baba's room today, I was thinking because I was very tired and I was feeling very drowsy. Even in auto while going, I was feeling very drowsy. But I had to go. So that in Baba room, this Murli line was clicking on me. No, no, no. So I stood there and did yoga so that I don't feel drowsy. So what are the sign of you moving forward on this path of knowledge? The children who constantly remember land of peace and land of happiness. First is who constantly remember land of peace and land of happiness. Whose intellect do not wander here anywhere at the time of remembrance. Who, so those whose intellect don't have wasteful thoughts and whose intellect are concentrated, who don't nod off, who don't nod off during remembrance of Baba, and whose mercury of happiness is high, prove that they are moving forward on this path of knowledge. So when I was sitting there, I was feeling so suddenly I was getting blank. So I stood and it was like, no, if I want to move on this path, I should not nod off. I should be very alert. And so I stood and did there. Uh, then because I want to move, so we have to check ourselves. All these things we have to take away from us because if these are there, we cannot move ahead forward. We cannot move forward. So we should not have wasteful thoughts. Our intellect should be concentrated, focused on our aim and objective. We should not nod off. And suddenly I got a good news there. So my all sleepiness is gone. So mercury of happiness is high. Then I realized we have to feed ourselves with dose of happiness. Something or the other attainments we have to make us realize. Then only there won't be a nod off what I got, our previous experiences with Baba, how he helped. Suddenly, something, some other experience every Brahmin soul has, the help of Baba. So that if we if we have that mercury of happiness high, sudden automatically node off will not come. We'll be alert, concentrated. We won't have the wasteful thought also. So opposite we can have. And land of happiness and land of peace will also remember we should keep moving forward on this path of knowledge. It is the pyramid. Om Shanti, you children have been sitting here for so long. It enters your hearts that it is as though you are sitting in Shivalaya, temple of Shiv. You remember Shiv Baba and you also remember heaven. Only by having remembrance do you receive happiness. Even if your intellect remember that you are sitting in Shivalaya, you will be happy. Even if we remember, we are sitting in Shivalaya. Shivalaya is two places. One is Satyug, another is Paramdham. Just feel I'm sitting in Shivalaya with Shiv Baba. How nice. Thank you, Baba. So how nice it will be. We will feel happy. Always remind yourself in between something disturbed and sitting in Shivalaya. How graceful name it is, Shivalaya. You will be happy. Eventually, you all have to go to Shivalaya. We all will be going to Shivalaya Paramdham. No one is going to sit permanently in the land of peace. In fact, the land of peace is called Shivalaya, and the land of happiness is also called Shivalaya. Both are established by Father. You children have to remember both of them. That Shivalaya is for peace, and the other Shivalaya is for happiness. This is the land of sorrow. Now, the where we are living now is the land of sorrow. You are now sitting at the confluence age. Now we are sitting in the confluence age. You must not remember anything except the land of peace and land of happiness. As much as purity will come, we'll start forgetting our old life and we'll be living in the new life. In that, I remember one story of one Dadi, but I forgot her name. What was her name? When Tapasya was going on, she was asked, so you children, no matter where you are sitting. So, that story I was telling, no? So, she was completely shut in a room. And when she was shut in a room, like it was Shiv Baba's uh, ordinance that she will be in the room doing tapasya for, I think, 1 month or 15 days. That also I forgot. But she was, nobody was meeting her, nobody was talking to her. From some door or something, gently the food will be passed, and the food was completely fruit and milk. That's it, fruit and milk. And after 1 month or something, she came out. She completely forgot her this life, and she was as she was in Satyug before 5,000 year back. She knew everyone faces. She was able to see them because it was complete soul conscious state. Soul can realize with soul energy. She was able to find this was the that prince, this was this princess, like that she was able to recognize. And it was like after that, when she came out for again another 1 month, she was into that world only, being with everyone. She will walk like them, she'll talk in that language, nobody will understand. Slowly, 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 she regained this knowledge with this vibration. So, vibration, how much this matters, that Shiva Baba showed. That when you constantly have your mind, like that was physical clo- closed. No? They closed that uh, Brahma Kumari uh, in a physically. But when we mentally close our mind and intellect to only one remembrance of Shiva, will regain back our all the divine virtues and all our memories of Satyu. Now it's we will clearly see what we are going to become, or even you can say what we were in Satyu. Both ways are true. True. So that's why Baba is telling always onwards. You must not remember anything except the land of peace and land of happiness. So always mind should rotate on that. That's why five Sarup Abhyas. For that reason only. No matter where you are sitting, even if you are at your business, Your intellect should remember both Shivalaya. You have to forget the land of sorrow. You children know that this brothel, this land of sorrow, is now to end. You children should not nod off while sitting here. The intellect of many children wander off in other directions. There are obstacles of Maya. The father repeatedly tells you children, children, man mana bhava. He also tells you various tactics. While you're sitting here, make your intellect remember that you will first go to Shivalaya, the land of peace, and then you will then go to the land of happiness. By remembering this, your sins will continue to be cut away. The more you stay in remembrance, the more you will move forward. You should not sit here with any other thoughts. Otherwise, you would be causing a loss for others. So, if in yoga we are sitting, or even this is yajna now, everyone's sankalp, everyone's thought should be same. When every Brahmin soul thought becomes same, that day end of this world. So that's why what Baba is telling, remember me alone, because that is only one which is common to everyone and highest energy. So instead of benefiting them, you will be causing them a loss. Even now, we are causing loss to the yagya whenever we are in body consciousness and thinking of anything else. Previously, when you were made to sit in meditation, someone was made to sit in front of you to check who were nodding off and who were sitting with their closed eyes. Therefore, you remained very cautious. The father also used to see whether your intellect yoga was wandering anywhere or if you were nodding off. Many come here and don't understand anything, no? Because for some people, it will be when they don't understand. If we don't understand a topic, it will be boring. Brahmin teachers bring them. Very good children should be in front of Shiv Baba. Very good children should be in front of Shiv Baba so that they don't create a wrong impression because that one is not an ordinary teacher. The father sits here and teaches you. You should sit here with great caution. Baba makes you to sit in silence for 15 minutes, but you sit for an hour or 2 hours. Not everyone is Maharathi. The Baba is talking for those who sit for 1 hour, 2 hour in silence. I have never practiced like this. So those are Maharathi maybe. They can sit for 1 hour, 2 hour silence. Actually, Mama could sit for long hours in silence. We have to reach that stage if we want to become Maharathi. Those who are weak have to be cautioned. By being cautioned, they will become alert and careful. So how much love they will have with Baba? If they don't have love with Baba, with forcefully they cannot sit. Surely they will get uh, sleepiness. Only when they have that much love with Baba and that much purity, they can sit for 1 hour, 2 hours. Gulzar Dadi, before, because she, Bab Dada was uh, used to come in her chariot, so she used to sit in remembrance and silence for whole day because she used to say it's not easy when a common soul is coming in a body, how much the body become weak. So it is not easy to let to have to to pass through this situation. So for that strength, she used to sit full day. That God soul itself entering in her. It nobody. Why God soul not entering everybody? No one can bear him. Normal common soul itself, evil soul enter in us, we cannot. He is most powerful. His power no one can bear. So that two souls only was able to bear that power. One was Brahma Baba, another Guljar Dadi, because she was pure for 7 births. It is though those who don't stay in remembrance but simply continue to have ways thought are creating obstacles because their intellect keeps wandering somewhere or the other. All elephant rider, horse rider, foot soldiers are sitting here. So Baba is telling one is Maharathi, another are elephant rider, horse soldiers, foot soldier. Foot soldier means they will walk very slowly. Their effort will be very less. So these are like names given. Baba has come today having churned the ocean of knowledge, the models of Shivalaya, the brothel, and the most auspicious confluence age. All the three that you children show at museum and exhibitions are very good way to explain this knowledge to people. You should make very big ones. You should get the biggest and best halls for them so that this quickly sits in their intellect. You children should think about these things and think about how to improve them. You should make the most auspicious conference age very good. People can receive a very good understanding through that. You show 5 to 6 people sitting in tapasya, but no, you should show 10 to 15 people sitting in tapasya. You should make a very big pictures and write in very clear writing. You explain so much and yet people don't really understand. You make effort to explain, but they have stone intellect. So as much as possible, you should explain very clearly. So if we have a big pictures, we can explain them very clearly. There isn't that much pleasure in explaining using the projector and exhibitions as there is when explaining at museums. They don't understand anything through the projector. The best of all is the museum, even though it may be small. In one room, there should be scenes of Shivalaya, the brothel, and the most auspicious conference age. A very broad and unlimited intellect is needed to explain this. The unlimited father and the unlimited teacher has come, but he is not just going to sit down thinking that children should pass their MA or BA. The father is not just going to remain seated here. He will leave in a short time. One second. One second. Just be online. I just want to share. I'll pause recording for 1 second.
Progress.
So, Baba is telling the very broad and unlimited intellect is needed to explain this. So, in the exhibitions, no, we need to explain in such a way that everyone understand it. They don't understand anything through the system. The unlimited father and unlimited teacher has come, but he is not just going to sit down thinking that the children should pass their MA or BA. The father is just not just going to remain seated here. He will leave in short time. No, if someone says that I will do MA, BA, then come. For Kumaris, there he is talking. Father will not be sitting there. So there is little time left when people still don't awaken. Those who are good daughters would say, why should I waste my time for just this 400, 500 rupees? What status would then I then claim in Shivalaya? Baba see that Kumaris are free. No matter how high a salary you receive, it is just like handful of chickpeas. All of that is going to end. Nothing will remain. The Father has now come to make you give up the handful of chickpeas. However, some don't let it go at all. There you receive a handful of chickpeas, whereas here you receive a sovereignty of the world. Those are just chickpeas worth a few pennies, so why do you distress yourself chasing after them? Kumaris are free. Those studies are only worth a few pennies. If you stop these studies and continue to study this knowledge, your intellects can open. Little daughter should sit and give this knowledge to the older one and explain that Father has come to establish Shivalaya. You know that everything is here going to turn to dust. You won't even have those chickpeas in your fortunes. Some might have 5 chickpeas, that is 5 lakh rupees in their hand, but that too would be destroyed. Here is now very little time left. Day by day, conditions are getting worse. Suddenly, there are calamities. Death takes place suddenly. Even while holding chickpeas in their fist, they leave their bodies. So, people have to be liberated from this monkey like behavior. Don't become happy on just seeing the museum. You have to show wonders. People have to be reformed. The Father is giving you children the sovereignty of the world. However, some won't even have chickpeas in their fortune. Everything will be destroyed. Instead, why not claim the sovereignty from the Father? There isn't any difficulty in this. You simply have to remember the Father and spin the discus of self realization. You have to empty your fist of chickpeas and fill them with diamonds and jewels and return home. The father explains, sweet children, why do you waste your time chasing after a handful of chickpeas? Yes, if someone is old and has many children, he has to look after them. It is very easy for Kumaris. When anyone comes, just explain to them that Father is giving us this sovereignty. So you should claim the sovereignty. Your feet are now becoming full of diamonds. Everything else is going to be destroyed. The father explains, you have been committing sin for 63 births. Another sin is of defaming the father and the deity. You become a vicious and you also insult father. You insulted the father so much. The father sits here and explains to you children. Children, do not waste your time. Do not say, Baba, I cannot stay in remembrance. Say, Baba, I am unable to remember myself as a soul. I forget myself. To become body conscious means to forget yourself. If you are unable to remember yourself as a soul, how would you be able to remember the Father? The destination is very high. This is very easy, but yes, there's also opposition from Maya. Although people study the Gita, etc., they don't understand the meaning of it at all. The main script of Bharat is the Gita. Each religion has its own scripture. None of those who establish a religion can be called Satguru. That is a big mistake. There is only the one Satguru, but there are many who call themselves gurus. If someone teaches the work of a carpenter or an engineer, he too is a guru. Anyone who teaches something is a guru, but there is just the one Satguru. You have now found the Satguru. He is also the true father and the true teacher. This is why you children should not be careless. You leave here having become very well refreshed, but you forget everything as soon as you arrive home. A lot of punishment is received in the jail of womb. There is a womb in a womb is a palace. There, a womb is a palace. In Satyug, womb is a palace. Here, the womb is is a jail, and it is only for punishment. There are no sinful acts performed that one would have to experience punishment. There is the in the Satyug, there is no sinful act performed, so there is no punishment. So womb is the palace. Here in Madhavan, you children understand that you are personally studying with the Father. Outside at your home, you would not say the same. There, you would understand that your brother is teaching you. All souls are our brothers. So whoever teaching us, they are our brothers. You have come here directly in front of the Father. The Father explains to you, children, very well. There's difference between the way the Father explains and the way you children explain. The Father sits here and caution you children. He says, child, and explain to you. You understand Shivalaya and the brothel. It is the matter of the unlimited. Show this clearly so that people can enjoy it. There you explain in a light manner, but you have to explain to them seriously so that they can understand it very clearly. Have mercy for yourself. Are you just going to stay in this brothel? Baba has thought about how to explain. Children make so much effort, yet it is as though nothing sinks in. They continue to say, yes, yes, it is very good. And you should also explain this in villages. Though they don't understand anything themselves, wealthy people with a lot of money will not understand. They do not pay any attention to this at all. They will come at the end, but it will be then be too late. Neither will their wealth be useful, nor will they be able to stay in you. However, yes, if they listen to this, they will become part of the subject. The poor can claim a very high status. What do you Kumaris have? A Kumari is said to be poor because it is son who receive their father inheritance. But yes, after a Kumari is given away, she indulges in vice. One second, just be online. Very, very sorry. So Baba is telling a Kumari is said to be poor because it is son who receive their father inheritance. But yes, after Kumari is given away, she indulge in vice. So get married. They say get married and I will then give you money. So they give dowry, right? So if you want to remain pure, you won't get single penny. Look at their attitude. You must not be afraid of anyone. You should explain everything openly. You should be very active. You are telling the complete truth. So Baba is telling not to get scared of anything in life because you are with truth of the world. It is the conference age. On that side is handful of chickpeas, and on this side is handful of diamonds. So we are receiving diamonds in the form of power and knowledge. From being like a monkey, you are now becoming worth of being in a temple. You should make effort and claim a birth like a diamond. Your faces should be like that of courageous lioness. Some people's faces are like timid goats. They would be afraid of even a little sound. The father cautioned all of your children. Kumaris should not become trapped. If you become trapped in bondages, you will be beaten for vice. They become trapped in vices, they get married, then if they want to leave the vice, they will be beaten. They will be under bondage. If you imbibe this knowledge well, you will become empress of the world. The father says, I have come to give you the sovereignty of the world. However, it is not in the fortune of some. The father is the lord of the poor. Kumaris are poor, where parents are unable to get their daughters married. They give her away. So Kumari should be very intoxicated. I should study well and claim a good status. Good students pay attention to their studies so that they pass with honors. They are the one who then receive a scholarship. The more effort you make, the higher the status you will receive, and that too will be for 21 births. Here, there is temporary happiness. Today, you receive a status, but if you die the next day, everything is finished. There is difference. between yogis and bhogis, those who indulge in sensual pleasure. The father says, pay greater attention to the poor. Scarcely any wealthy one take this up. They simply say this is very good, this organization is very good and it will benefit many people. They don't benefit themselves at all. They say that this is very good, but as soon as they go outside, everything is over. Maya is sitting with her stick and make them lose all enthusiasm by slapping them just once. She makes them lose all their wisdom. The father explains, look what the condition of Bharat has become. You children have understood the drama very well. Acha, to this sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love remains and good morning from mother, father and Bap, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to spiritual children. From the spiritual children, good love remembers and good morning to mother, father and Bap Dada. Namaste Baba, Namaste, Shukriya Baba, Shukriya. Essence for dharna. First, let go of the handful of chickpeas and make full effort to claim the sovereignty of the world from the Father. Do not be afraid of anything. Become fearless and remain free from bondage. Use your time in a worthwhile way in earning a true income. Forget this land of sorrow and remember Shivalaya, that is the land of peace and the land of happiness. Recognize the obstacles of Maya and remain caution from it. So, very clearly, we need to understand what are the obstacle of Maya. Maya, what is Maya? So that to understand that, pay attention on your thoughts. Our thought is the Maya. So our thought we should keep checking. So when we check our thoughts, we will be able to become Maya ji. And blessing, see Bap Dada's blessing hand on your head. Baba is giving blessings, sweet children. May you become a conqueror of attachment and an embodiment of remembrance by study and teaching the lessons of the Gita. The first lesson of the knowledge of Gita is become a bodiless soul. Become a bodiless soul. When we remove the consciousness of body, my name, this is my name. It is not my name, it is body name. This is my relation. It is not my relation. It is relation with this body. Once body is over, relation is over. So that is becoming bodiless, removing all identity of this body from myself, telling it's mine. The final lesson is becoming a conqueror of attachment and embodiment of remembrance. Continuous remembrance and no attachment, even with this body. So, first lesson is method, and final realization is the result of the method. So, when we will follow the first method, we will get the final lesson result. If we become bodiless soul, we practice becoming bodiless, then there will not be any attachment and will be becoming embodiment of remembrance. Continuously remembrance will stay. So first of all, study these lessons yourself every moment and then teach them to others. Perform such elevated actions that on seeing you performing elevated actions, all soul perform elevated actions and be able to make their line of fortune elevated. So slogan, stay merged in God's love and you will be liberated from having to work hard. Stay merged in God's love and you will be liberated from having to work hard. So when we are very happy for someone, we do their work happily for them. So when we are in God's love, there won't be anything hard in our life. Every work will be easy. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Om Shanti.